Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to compress a single file or compress all files from a folder without using any third-party software in SSIS. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is that we will see like how can we compress a file without using any third-party software. In any ETL project, the zipping or unzipping the file is a very common process because when we send the data to the client, so if we directly send the data, for example in the CSV file, then the size of the file can be huge. So we compress the file so it reduces the size of the file and then we can send the data. So sometimes when we compress the file, so it can compress the file by 1/4 of its total size. So for example, if the original size of the file was 100 GB, then it can become 25 GB or something. So it depends on the type of compression or which compression tool you are actually using. So that's why we zip the file so that the file can be small. And sometimes we can have a number of files, for example 100 files in a folder. So we just want to zip all files in a single file so that instead of sending 100 files to the client, we can send only a single file. So that's why the zipping can be useful in those kind of scenarios. So without wasting further time, let's jump to the demo and see like how we can actually zip a file or how we can zip all the files using the inbuilt functionality of the Windows. Okay, so without wasting further time, let's jump to the demo. So this is my console app right now. So I will write some code here in the console application and then I will show you like how the zipping will work, and then I can create the SSIS package using the same code, and then we'll see like how we can zip the file using the SSIS package as well. So the code is very easy, very simple. Like for zipping the all files from a folder, there is just one line of code, okay? And for zipping a single file, there are just like I think 3 or 4 lines of code. So it's pretty straightforward. You just need to change the file name and that's it, and that should work. Right now if I show you like what I'm doing here, so this is the main method, okay? And inside the main method I have used two variables, current date time and the log folder. So these two variables, I have created these two variables to help me to create the error log file. So in case if there will be any issue with my code, suppose the file is in use or there is some issue, like suppose I got some permission issue or my code is not working, so what it will does, it will actually create a error log underscore current date time dot log file at this particular location on my machine. So when you will be using this particular code, so you need to provide your own log file path on your machine, and in case if you don't have a log folder, so you can create a log folder at any location and you can just provide the correct path here. Okay, so this is my try block and this is my catch block. Try and catch block, they are used to handle the exceptions. So whatever code you want to write, we will write the code here in the try block, and in case if any error will occur, then the control will be moved to the catch block, and inside the catch block we will actually create the error log file and will write the information to the log file. Okay, so that's the thing. So right now I have not written any kind of code here. So let's go ahead and zip a particular folder. So if I show you the data in my D files location, I got a folder, Apple folder. Okay, so if I go inside the Apple folder, so I got 8 files here. There are few CSV files, some Excel files, one PNG and one PDF file. So I want to zip all the files from this particular folder into a single zip file. Okay, so how I can create the zip file? So there is very simple code, just one line of code. Okay, so the code is this one, zip file dot create from directory. So there is only single line of code, so you can copy and paste the code here. Okay, however it's saying that some like variables are missing, like we have not declared the variable for the source directory, we have also not declared the variable for the zip file path, and the zip file is also missing. Okay, so let's fix this particular issues. So ideally there is only one line of code, but for this particular, like to make this particular code work, we need to declare two variables here. Okay, so the first one is the source directory. So let's create a source directory variable here, string source directory equal to, and in the double quote we actually need to provide the source directory, like the folder that we want to zip. So I want to zip this folder, D files Apple. So I can copy the path of this particular folder and I can provide the path here. Okay, so this is my source directory, so this error is gone. Now I want to create a variable with the zip file path, like which zip file you want to create. So I want to create a zip file, and I want to give the name as zip file path, the variable name. Okay, and now the value I want to give is d file. So inside the d files I want to create a zip file here with the name as apple.zip. Okay, so that should be the my zip file name. So I can give the name here d files apple.zip. Okay, so that's the only thing. Now it seems like these two errors are gone. Now the only error that is remaining is that it's unable to identify this class zip file dot. Okay, so this particular class, this actually exists. If I click on the show potential fixes, so this exists inside the using system.io.compression, and this class further exists inside the system.io.compression.file system reference. Okay, so if we see right now the reference, so we should not have this system.io.compression.file system reference. So inside the references we don't have any compression related reference. Okay, so either we can just add the reference here, just move your cursor here, show potential fixes. So if you click here, the reference will be added. Okay, or what you can do, you can right click here, add reference, and click on the assemblies, and here you can write compression. Okay, so if you write compress here, so there are two references, system.io.compression.file system. So we need to add the second one, so just click OK. So this particular reference will be added here. Okay, system.io.compression.file system. Okay, and now we just need to add it to using as well. So we can click on show potential fixes and using system.io.compression. So this got added here. Okay, so now all the errors are gone. So if I execute my console application right now, then it should zip all the files from this particular folder, d files apple folder, and should create a file apple.zip here. Okay, so let me click on the start button, and it will start the console application. So the console application got started. I can click on continue and the package should run. Okay, so the process ran fine. I had put a breakpoint here, but there was no requirement actually of putting the breakpoint, so that's fine. So the process ran fine. It was quick because the size of the data was very small. So I can go to the d files location and I can see a file here, apple.zip. Okay, so actually there is only single line of code which is actually doing the work here, and it needs just the two variables, the source directory and the zip file path. So let me actually cut this particular file from here and paste the file inside the dest folder. Okay, and now let me try to extract the files here. So I can click extract here, so it will actually extract all the files. So you can see that it has extracted all the source files, those we zipped. Okay, so the file was zipped correctly, so that's why we are able to extract the original files. So the zipping a folder is working absolutely fine. So let me just delete all the files from here for now. Okay, now let's see like how we can zip a single file. So suppose I have only single file here and I want to zip only this file, data.xlsx. so how I can zip it? Okay, so for zipping a single file, actually we have these few lines of code, so we can copy this particular code from here. Okay, and now I can paste the code here. Okay, so for now let me just comment out this particular line to which will actually zip the whole folder. So I can just comment out this particular line, and now this is the code to zip a single file. So I want to zip the file d files data.xlsx. so I want to zip this particular file. Okay, and for zipping the file it needs the zip archive class, and if you click on the show potential fixes, so now this time it needs the system.io.compression reference. So earlier we had added the system.io.compression.file system. However, this time for zipping a single file it needs the system.io.compression. So we can add this particular reference as well and click OK. Now the system.io.compression reference has been added as well, and now because this is already used inside the using, so that's why all the errors are gone now. So this time this will zip this particular file, and the destination file or the zip file to create is this one, d files apple.zip. So this file will be created. So if you want to give some other name, for example a data.zip, so you can give other name here as well. And when we will execute the package, then what it will do, it will create a file data.zip at this particular location from the data.xlsx. Okay, so let me click on start and it should execute the console application. So the process ran fine, there was only few lines of code, and now you can see a file here data.zip. So we are not using any third-party software like WinZip, WinRAR or 7zip to do the zipping. So let me cut this particular file from here, paste it in the dest folder. Okay, and now let me extract the file. So I can say extract file. If you have 7zip installed, so you can go to the 7zip and do extract here. Okay, so this will also extract the file. So you can see that the file got extracted successfully. Okay, so this was about like how you can zip a single file. Now if you want to execute the same code, same portion of code from the SSIS package, then it's pretty straightforward. You can just simply copy this particular code and put it inside the script task, and that will work. Alright, so let's do one thing, that let's zip this particular file data.xlsx. Okay, and let's zip this particular file at the same location using the SSIS package. And what we can do, we can actually zip the Apple directory as well. So I can uncomment this particular a line, and what I can do, I can actually create another zip file and I can say it zip file folder. Okay, and this will be apple.zip. So now what will happen, that for zipping the whole folder, we can actually zip the whole folder to this file apple.zip, and we can zip the single file to this particular file data.zip. So now when the package will run, it will create two zip files here. So for example, if I execute the console application right now, then it should create two zip file. So you can see that apple.zip and data.zip. So let me delete them for now, because we will create them using the SSIS package. So now this is my blank SSIS package that I will use today. So we will use the script task to execute the C# code. So I can just drag and drop the script task into the control flow window, and now I can configure the script task here. I can click on edit script so that it will open the script editor for us. Alright, so the script task has been opened, and now I can actually copy the code from here. Okay, till the catch block, I can copy this one. Okay, and paste it inside the main method. So the code has been pasted. Okay, and in a moment it should show the errors because of missing some namespaces like system.io and some others. Yeah, so the system.io, it can be added like by clicking on show potential fixes and using system.io. Okay, so these errors will gone, and now the errors are from the zip file and the zip archive. So to fix this particular errors, now I can hover my mouse on zip file, click on show potential fixes, and now there is an option using system.io.compression. So it will actually add the system.io.compression.file system references. So I can click here and a reference will be added here. Yeah, the reference got added. Same way I can click on the second one, show potential fixes, and it can add the reference system.io.compression. Yeah, this one got added as well. Now all the errors are gone. Okay, so this is the source directory that will be zipped, and it will create a file d files apple.zip. Thus this is the second file that will be zipped, and it will create a file data.zip. Okay, so all these values like the source directories, source file path, destination zip file, and another destination zip file, all these path, they can be passed using the SSIS variable inside the script task. So for now I'm just showing you like giving these values as hard coded, but maybe in the next video what I can do, I can create a package and it can zip a single file at a time. For example, if you want to zip only all the CSV files. So we can run a for each loop, okay, and inside the for each we can just pass one file name at a time and it can create the one zip file at the same time. Okay, so that we can do for the next video because this video is getting lengthy now. So our code is ready. I can click on file and exit, and now I can click on OK. So this should save the code. Alright, so our code is ready, and if I go to the D files, so at this particular location we don't have any zip file. Now let me execute the SSIS package, and the package should create the zip file. So the package got started. Yeah, the package ran fine, and if I go to the D files location, so I can see two files here, apple.zip and data.zip. You can see the size of the apple.zip, so it contains multiple files. If I cut this particular zip file from here and if I put it at the dest folder, okay, and delete this particular file, I pasted the file, and if I do the extract here, so you can see that it should extract multiple files. Yeah, so multiple files got extracted at this particular location. Yeah, so I think this code is working absolutely fine, and this does not require you any third-party software like WinZip, WinRAR, 7zip, etc. Yeah, so I think that's it for today's video, and I will share the code that I used here. So I will share the code, and you can just download the code from the link in the description of the video. So I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time I put a new video. Thank you so much.